Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Leo in mid-November 2019. What's going on, Leo? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Leo, mid-November, Thanksgiving right around the corner. Happy Thanksgiving for those who are celebrating. And if you're not celebrating, I hope you have a good Thursday. Anyway, I hope everything's going well for you guys. End of the year is also right around the corner. I don't know about you, Leo, but I'm excited. Planning a party. I'm excited just to say goodbye to 2019. It's been an incredible year of growth for me and lots of enlightenment and lots of realizations, and it's just been incredible for me as a person, singular person. Hopefully it's been just as good or enlightening for you. And if not, I hope it's always on the improve. I hope it's always on the upswing, right? All right, Leo, let's get into it. Shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I will shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all of the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. The timestamp is in the description box below if you choose to jump ahead. Also, down there is all the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. If you have any questions before you place an order, feel free to email me at the exact same address. Still can't talk. I had a long break. I made dinner. I had some tea, everything. Anyway, the email address is down there. If you want to email me a question to kind of like clear something up before you actually place an order, feel free to email me, okay? And I will answer you as soon as I can as soon as I can. Thank you. Anyway, my mouth, just to continue with that, and I guess that's kind of how Mercury has been messing with me during this retrograde. My communication hasn't been the best, hasn't been the smoothest, hasn't been the most decipherable, I guess, or understood. I feel people are getting me confused or people are misunderstanding me. And as you can see, as I'm doing readings for you guys and clients, it's just like my mouth, my words get all kinds of jumbled together. So it's kind of affecting me in that way. And if that's the least of my problems, I'll take it. Anyway, Leo, enough about me. Let's get into you. Let's see Leo's outcome for mid-November 2019. Leo's outcome for mid-November 2019. Please show me. Gently glides to the ground there. Overall energy, if I could straighten the deck in my hand. What are you doing? What? Okay, fine. I'll look. Okay, because this card was popping several times behind my hand here. Ten of Swords. Maybe some of you are going through a painful situation. Maybe there's been considerable struggle or maybe a loss that you're coping with. But that card was really bothering my hand, so that's the only reason I'm talking about it. I don't normally get cards that do that, so that's why I wanted to mention it. So, Leo, let's go ahead and flip the card that came face down. Okay. And let's get into your reading, okay? And if that Ten of Swords doesn't apply to you, Leo, it is a general. It could be someone that you're dealing with, someone in your proximity, okay? All right, let's get into it. Please show me where Leo is in mid-October. Mid-October. Slip of the tongue again and again and again. Mercury, killing me. Mid-November. Mid-November 2019. Please show me where Leo is. Mid-November 2019. Please show me. Okay, thank you. All right, Leo. Coming in to mid-November, you come in with the Page of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So you could be dealing with an air sign, but you don't have to be. Wow. Just like on the nose with what they're showing me here. Like you see this guy's face, this character's face, how he looks curious, how he looks unsure, how he seems to be moving forward, but then also kind of looking over his shoulder a little bit, or kind of looking off to the side, like questioning something, investigating something, or just simply observing something. I definitely feel, Leo, many of you are ready to move on. You've got these letters floating in the sky around him, or in his, these little blue envelopes circling around him. So I think that you have intention of going forward. The messaging is, you could be telling people, you could be writing emails to your friends or your boss, I'm no longer interested in working here, or I'm looking to, move on with my career. You could be telling people, I'm looking to move on away from this town, I don't want to live here anymore. But there's this intention to move, this intention to go, this intention and interest in progress, right? The Page of Swords, all pages, are basically students of life, if not actual students in a university or a college or any type of learning, vocation or not. They could be students in that way, but I like to think of the pages as students of life. And the Page of Swords aims to be clear and concise. And I think that's there's a learning curve in there for some Leos, right? Where maybe you haven't been so forthright before with people that you've worked with. Maybe you haven't been so honest or sort of, on the surface, so to speak, with your friends and family about what you think or what you feel about a certain subject, or what you think or what you feel is best for you in your life. Because again, this page, all pages move, but they move the slowest of all of the court cards, right? Because above them is a knight, which goes much faster, and queens and kings that when they move, they don't move necessarily fast, but they move with efficiency. And there's a lot of support around the queens and the kings because they've built up not an empire, but they've built up a kingdom. They've built up a support system around them, right? So the page is like really, novice energy, just starting out, just going for it for the first time. So in some of your cases, Leo, this feels like the first time maybe you're quitting a job professionally, like if you were like flipping burgers when you were 18, or, working at DQ or something like that. Maybe you just walked off of your shift and that was it. You're 16 years old. It was a summer job, whatever. But now maybe you're in your 20s or your 30s. You've worked at a place for a couple of years. You've put in the work, and this is the first time that you have to professionally detach from a workplace or a situation. And if it's not about detaching, it is still about moving towards, because that's more what the Page of Swords is all about. I'm going towards something and I'm seeking something. Now, the caveat that they started me with, which was looking at this character's face, there's still some consideration in that look on his face. Am I doing the right thing? Is this correct for me? Is this the right move for me? Can I be sure? Can I trust myself? Can I trust my instincts, right? Leo, I feel you don't have anything to worry about. I mean, you would worry because the Page of Swords can get lost in their own head, can overanalyze, or kind of begin to overanalyze. Maybe they don't go as deep as maybe the Knight would, or even the Queen or the King would, but they definitely, air sign quality, you definitely have this essence about you right now that is really pondering over and over again everything that you're doing, everything that you're thinking, every inclination that you have. Is it an inclination because it's meant to see you progress, it's meant to see you grow, or is this an inclination because of fear, because you're uncertain? And sometimes when you're uncertain of a situation, or uncertain of what to do in a situation, sometimes that can turn into impulsive decision making, right? And the Page of Swords is also relative to that energy of impulsivity. So Leo, I think you're kind of aware that you want to see yourself move forward, make incremental changes and steps towards a specific goal of partnering with someone in business, or unpartnering, decoupling in terms of business or relationships. It really doesn't matter. But the course is beginning to be set. I'll say that. It feels like the course is beginning to be set. And there are moments where you're just like, am I doing this for the right reasons? Is my motivation clear? Is my instinct clear? Is it correct? Or am I just doing this? Am I panicking? Am I overthinking this? Am I reacting instead of responding? And I've mentioned that a few times on my channel. A reaction is definitely, in many cases, not as preferred as a response, right? So again, even if you're composing an email to your boss, who says, hey, Leo, maybe you do contractor work or something like that. And hey, Leo, we're upping your contract, or we're re-upping you for another 2 years. Here's the PDF. Go ahead and sign it as soon as you can. And you're just like, you know what? I've put in several miles here. I've clocked several hours here at this company or in this contract. And, you know, I like working for you guys. I just don't think it's for me anymore, right? And you could have a reaction when you receive the email from your boss or the person that you work with who's requesting you to sign off on the dotted line and say, hey, go ahead and recommit yourself to a contract here to 2 more years working for us. And your reaction could be, no, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. And that be the end of it, right? That is a reaction. What you are considering, Leo, or at least what I think you're trying to polish yourself up to do, or really prepare yourself to do, or make sure that you're doing correctly, is to respond. So instead of saying, no, I don't think so, and send the email back, send the PDF back unsigned, this time you would actually either schedule a meeting with that person so you could talk and sit down with them face to face and explain your situation, explain your train of thought, or you would give them a very detailed email, maybe like a couple of paragraphs or something like that. You know, I've worked here and I've enjoyed making great, you know, connections with you, but because I have this goal and that goal, I'm not really sure that this is going to be a correct fit for me going forward. That being said, I have appreciated the opportunity and all of the things that I have learned here and all of the people that I've worked with, and I hope that as I move forward, blah, 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 blah. That's a long way to say no, right? That's a long professional way to say no. That page is not intimidated, but certainly not as confident in creating such a message. So Leo, you're cutting your teeth around here. You're putting on your big boy pants, your big girl pants, and you're playing grown-ups, right? And I'm not saying play grown-ups as if you're not a grown-up or to demean you. I'm saying like you're really being very cognizant. You're being very conscious of, I'm trying to do this the right way. I'm trying to compose my messages the right way. I'm trying to communicate the right way. And as you saw when I was shuffling and what I told you in the opening speech, I've had, not me in this scenario, but just in communicating through tarot, I have had a time getting my words correctly. And even then, getting my words correctly, that's not even, I mean, it makes sense, but grammatically it should be my words correct. Right? Yeah, because you're not, yeah. So even little things like that, I'm aware of it. But that's just to sort of illustrate what I think you're going through. So it could just be that simple. You know, you're creating responses or you're sending out messages to people and maybe your grammar is a little off. And this Page of Swords, you know, again, with that look on his face, you're like rereading your own emails before you send them. You're like, should I say this or should I say that? And you're just like, you know, you want it to be perfect as perfect can be, right? You know, because nothing in this world is perfect. But you want to compose yourself and compose messages and communicate with people so that you are clearly understood and not seen to be kind of rash or immature, which sometimes is what the Page of Swords can be seen as, okay? So, and again, I feel as though you just have something going on in the back of your mind, something on the back burner that means a lot to you, that you feel you must progress towards. I have to move towards that goal. I have to move towards that location. I have to move towards that person if this is about a relationship. And, you know, relationships of all kinds, guys, not just purely romantic. It could be friendships. It could be reuniting with estranged family members, whatever it is. So your consideration is very apt. It's very much the focal point of what you're doing right now. How do I approach this person, that person? How do I approach this conversation, that conversation, etc.? Okay? Now, what else is happening? Ooh. Well, okay. As soon as I looked down, and they're like, well, here's that one. And I was like, okay, we got that. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Or maybe we'll talk about it now. They're like about to correct me. They're like, oop, no, you're going to talk about it now. Okay, thank you. So that was very heavy with the Page of Swords, everything that I talked about in work. As soon as I came out of that, they put me in the storyline of a relationship, a potential relationship. And Leo, it's very present in your life right now, okay? Page of Cups, is that right? Yes, thank you. Page of Cups. right next door. In some of your cases, maybe this person is right next door. Page of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You might be dealing with a water sign, but you don't have to be. So similar energy, right? 2 pages, one right next to the other. So you guys are similar ages, similar experiences in life, or you're embarking on a journey, embarking on a certain path in life at about the same time, even if you might be, 10, 15, 20 years age difference. Now, I'm talking about a relationship, and I'm going to say relationship, and I'm probably going to heavily talk about romance because I feel pulled that way. But remember, this can apply to friendships, family. It does not have to be Leo and this person are madly in love with each other. In some of your cases, maybe that's true. But what I'm feeling is you're headed out first. Page of Swords, very much the initiate. Very much the pioneering energy here. I'm gonna head out first, not even really thinking about what this other person is doing. Your energy, Leo, is very, I gotta do this for me. I have to move this way in my life for me. This person trails behind you, either intentionally or because of timing or something like that, or they pursue you, or again, they're walking on a similar path just to say you're both gonna, let's say you both, just for the sake of illustration, you're leaving from, LA, headed to Vegas, which is what, like a 1-day trip? You can get there in a day or something like that, right? And let's say you're both going to head out on the same route. But Leo, you leave at 4 a.m., this person leaves at 10 a.m. It's that kind of difference. We're going to take the same route, we're headed towards the same destination, but this person, based on whatever is going on in their life, whatever they're dealing with, their scheduling, they leave later than you. So I feel there's a very mirrored experience in terms of traveling, because as you can see with the orientation, they're both facing generally the same direction, right? Facing to the left. And I mean, look at the heads. Leo, your head is turned and you're kind of like, is that person there? And this person is turned away from us, kind of, if you look at the orientation of it, kind of looking towards you. So you both know or acknowledge that you're moving in the same direction. Only one of you is going way faster or has started out beforehand. Now, again, I'm going to say Leo, Leo, Leo. It's a general. If it's the other way and you're the Page of Cups, you already know that, or the Cross Watcher knows that, okay? But I'm going to stick to Leo being the Page of Swords simply to keep it, straight in my mind. So this person, Leo, this Page of Cups, again, doesn't have to be a water sign, but they're very sensitive. Oh, man, they are sensitive. Not like a heart on the sleeve type. This person, oh my God, I don't like that. Because they threw up the image of heart on the sleeve. And I was like, no, I don't think that's the correct image, guys. And then they rechanged the image very quickly. Rechanged? What kind of word is that? Anyway, they changed the image, and then they showed me an open chest with a heart. It was an animated heart, but like a very pulsating heart inside the chest. So it's that type of sensitivity. Not heart on the sleeve, eternal sympathizer, eternal sympathetic character, but somebody whose heart is it exposed? I don't think in a literal sense. I don't think I'm talking about somebody. I mean, maybe in some of your cases, this person has had like open heart surgery or something like that, or they've had heart conditions, maybe. But there's like, they keep showing me this image and I'm wanting them to like give me more as to why it's open. Like maybe they're not good at protecting their heart or hiding their feelings, even though I think they're hiding their feelings. It's kind of weird. It's like this person has feelings for you, Leo, has affinity towards you, Leo, but maybe, doesn't express it. Thank you. Because the face is turned away. Okay. So okay, thank you. So Leo, this is going to be like heavily visual based, so hopefully you can follow me. With your face turned over your shoulder, you can see the front of this person. from, if we were to put them both on the same aspect, right, on the same visual plane, right, and you could be a little bit further into the distance and this person is a little closer to the foreground. From where we are, the outside perspective, the fourth, I don't know, whatever. So we're outside of where these two are. I wish you could see like how I'm seeing it. Like think of it like a movie screen, right? A television screen, something like that. So you, Leo, you're way off in the distance, up the road. This person follows up, going up the road too. You turn around, you can see the front of them. We as the audience can only see the back of them, right? From your perspective, Leo, you'll be able to see their face and their open chest. Able to see it. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Aha. Maybe only you can see it. Other people might not be able to see it. This is very interesting. This is a very intimate connection. Again, I'm using these types of words. It can be friendship. It can be family members. You know, it could be a person you haven't seen in many years in some of your cases. And finally, you guys are going to reconnect. And, you know, I did mention the traveling to Vegas. So maybe some of you have to travel to see this person. Maybe they have to travel. You know, maybe that's it. We both live, you know, in different cities. Let's meet up somewhere in the middle. That's halfway between where I live and you live. And let's go and meet there and, you know, have dinner, you know, spend time together, something like that. I don't feel like secret rendezvous. I don't feel that this is an illicit affair or anything like that. But it does feel very sensitive, especially for the Page of Cups. Leo, you're very much interested in other things. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say you're very much interested. Your focus, like I said before with this Page of Swords, is still progression. This image is moving forward and kind of like entertaining what's going on back there. Like, what's going on back there? Oh, someone's coming up to meet me. Someone is finally, you know, and I'm saying finally. So yeah, maybe in some of your cases, someone's finally going to meet me. Someone's finally going to come and be present in my life. Cool. It doesn't stop your progression. This person is having to make up ground with you. Like in the family situation, I'm really feeling like estranged parents, like father-daughter, mother-son type of stuff. Maybe siblings, right? And you're both pages. Again, you're both pages. So energetically, you're speaking each other's language, right? You're not coming into this with an upper hand. They're not coming into this with an upper hand. You are equals, even if one of you is the parent and the other one the child. Even if this is a dating situation and one of you is 8 years older than the other. It does not matter. Neither person in this scenario, Leo, is the leader. I shouldn't say the leader. Is the one in control. Thank you. The one in control. Neither of you are in control. One of you, probably Leo, is a little bit more leaning in with the mental. You know, this Page of Cups is really showing up in a very emotional state. Also, with the Page of Cups, maybe there's an apology in here somewhere. Or there's feelings of regret or sorrow or feeling like, you know, FOMO, fear of missing out. I missed out on us. I missed out on creating a connection with us. I should have been there when you were growing up. I'm sorry. You know, this could be someone that you used to date. You know, first time around, I was a real jerk. I apologize. Something like that. To go back to you as the Page of Swords, just for a second, Leo. The Page of Swords is known to be, I did say impulsive before. I'm going to amend that a little bit. I'm going to say decisive. Quick decisions, right? Very fast, okay? So there might be some Leos out there that are very hesitant to allow this person to catch up with them. Especially if there was an estranged past between you, especially if there was bad blood between you, especially if things were left kind of up in the air. You would be very discerning about how to move forward now, because this Page of Swords has learned a lesson, okay? History will not repeat itself on this person's watch. So many Leos, not all, are very cautious of this person following behind them, wanting to meet up, wanting to link up, wanting to connect. Some of you are like, I don't know about that. Again, with the hand on the chin. I don't know about that. I got to think about it. Yeah? Anything else with the Page of Cups? Because, I mean, I could go on and on about what's going on with Leo. Page of Cups. Anything else? Man, they really like you, Leo. If they don't love you, if they're not in love with you, they really like you. And I say love, again, it could be, platonic love, familial love. It can be romantic love. But if they do not have that L word, they have, the L word light. That like word. I like you. I really like you. It's like that. Some of them might even adore you. And the thing about this person is there's also a fear here, because behind her, if you can see, she's got that rabbit behind her. So a lot of them are really fearful of approaching you, but they're approaching nonetheless. I just see this person on a tether, or looking at your tracks that have been made in the road, and they follow your tracks. This person, not in a creepy way, Leo, but they're following you. Could be following you on social media. Could be a secret admirer or something like that, but they follow you. And they don't know, not that they don't know why, it's just I feel like they're compelled to, regardless of any sense or any logical explanations, they will follow you. But they're afraid, so they don't run after you, they walk. They're not going to come, speeding up after you. Oh, Leo, wait, hold up. It's not that. It's the, hi, Leo. It's not overly expressive, this Page of Cups, right? Oh, Leo, I've been wanting to talk to you. Oh man, we have so much to catch up on. So, oh man, I'm just so excited that we were finally able to reconnect. Oh my God. And they're not overly expressive. They don't talk fast. They don't move fast. No, they're not the slowest, because the Page of Pentacles would be the slowest, but they're just about as slow. They're like, hi, Leo. How are you? That's good. I'm good. No, it's they're not going to be embellishing anything. Okay. And I think it's because, again, they're showing me the chest with the open heart. If they were to give you just a taste of how excited they are, that heart would explode. It's in order to, it's again, okay, now they're giving me the literal thing. If you literally, and I know this is a medical condition, or I think it is, where some people are born with their hearts outside of their chests, literally, that's dangerous. That's a vital organ that is beating on your chest, on the surface of your body. It's not inside like most people. That's dangerous. You can get hurt. And I mean, I'm assuming you immediately go into some type of surgeries or medical treatment for that. So that, that's how vulnerable, the longest time to get that damn word, that is how vulnerable this person is. If they reveal too much, that heart can be punctured. It can be injured. It can explode. It can be overwhelming for them to live that way, to give so much into their feelings. Even though I feel that they're following you and they feel like they're attached to you, like they're on a tether. It's very interesting. So that's a long time to talk about this. Let's go ahead and hopefully speed through these final cards. So considerably, this is heavy as shit. The Lovers, right below that person. Now, they may or may not think this, or you may or may not think this, but there's a considerable attraction here. There's a considerable connection here. It does say lovers in the name, but again, guys, you could feel this way about a friend. If you feel connected deeply to a friend and it's totally platonic and you're pretty sure it's platonic from them too, you can still have this lover's energy between you. Now, Lovers is the major arcana for Gemini. You could be dealing with a Gemini, but you don't have to be. Look at how these birds are intertwined, my friends. Look at that. Snugged up with each other. Very loyal, very, it's intimate. It's so intimate. I don't normally get this enamored or this wrapped up in the Lover's energy, but it really feels like And I'm going to say a word, and you guys know I don't say this word, but it does feel like soulmate-ish. Now, either you or them has a concept of what that word means and are really adhering to it. I'm not going to go into my whole speech about, you know, what I think a soulmate is. If you or them believes in that, and you see this card and you feel affirmed, if this is a synchronicity for you, if this is a confirmation for you, take it. Because I really don't feel that would be a kidding yourself kind of energy. A lot of times I throw out the whole, I don't know about soulmates, I don't know about twin flames, because I'm not sure that everybody you meet in this world is meant to be a soulmate or a twin flame, or certain people that you may date, you know. But this feels really intense, guys. It fits my personal definition of what a soulmate is, meaning it does not have to be purely romantic. It can be friends. It can be family members. It can even be people that you're like, you don't even like see often, you know, like somebody that you, like a sleeping partner in a business can be a soulmate, something like that. But that fits for me. This Lovers, like right now, there's like a tingling sensation in my heart chakra and in my solar plexus. I think that when you two come together, by the way, it's happening. I don't care in what way. In the physical form, if it's just, you know, correspondence over emails or Skype or anything like that, I don't care. When you guys come together, and then I'm going to use such a cliched bullshit phrase. It's like, you know, music is like you guys create beautiful music together, you know. It's just like, it's very harmonious, this relationship. Whether both of you know that, I'm not sure. At least one of you thinks that right now. At least one of you. Eventually, in many of your cases, you both will come to think that. Maybe you won't conceive of it the same way. Maybe, you know, one of you will say twin flame and the other is going to be like, what is that? And it'll be confusing. Or even soulmate, and the other person's going to be like, I don't know about that. Maybe not. You know, that might throw some people off the language of it. But the language is not really the key component here. It's the feeling. When you guys are near each other, when you communicate, it's just like boom, 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 boom. Everything sort of fits into place. And that could scare this one because of how emotionally overwhelming it is. And it could give this one pause because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that every time I say something, this person agrees with me and they actually mean it. Like, you know, this person is not a yes man. You know, with your, that potentially being your energy there, Leo, with the Page of Swords, you might be looking for someone to, you know, bounce creative ideas off of. And this person who you're thinking of going into business with is like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And it's like, is this person just like hyping me up? They're just like trying to stroke my ego, or do they genuinely believe that these ideas are good ideas and worth pursuing? You believe in the genuineness of this person, and they you. They feel it, you think it, or vice versa, or whatever. And again, the archetype that we often talk about with the Lovers, especially in the traditional tarot, is head over heart decisions, you know, having to make those kinds of weighed and measured decisions, right? Heart, head, cups, swords. That's the archetype of cups, the emotions, right? The heart space, what you feel. Swords, mental capacity, what you think, what you rationalize about things. If you come together in two separate people and neither one is necessarily taken away from, neither one is necessarily having to defer to the other one, you have a symbiotic relationship. You have a balanced relationship. Not saying you guys are like walking on water, you're the next best thing to sliced bread or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this is perfection, because there is no such thing. But what I'm saying is you both complement each other. That is the word. You complement each other. That's incredible. Because what I feel, it feels so, if I'm honest, this feels like smooth to me. Like I'm like the energy has just like slipped into place in my chakras. And I'm just like, oh, that makes total sense. And maybe that's it. Maybe for this person or you or both of you, it just slips into place and it physically, energetically, spiritually just makes sense to you. And you don't know how, you don't know why. It just is. It just is. That's crazy. Final card in your main spread is the Magician. Now, okay. Because remember we talked about, the pages being on pathways, headed to Vegas or headed wherever. Both headed in the same direction, leaving at separate times, maybe traveling in different vehicles. Maybe the Page of Swords is on a moped and this person is like, I'll see you, I'm going to walk, whatever. The path is the same. The path and the journey, for the most part, is the same. The general direction that these two characters are headed. Whether that's together, side by side, or parallel to each other, or someone has to take a long, winding detour and the other person just kind of has more of a straight line. It really doesn't matter, but the destination is the same. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a pathway, right? Oftentimes, my reads will have patterns in them, and that was a pathway. The final component from your main spread is the destination, the Magician. Secondary Major Arcana 4, Aquarius. So some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, but you don't have to be. Or excuse me, not Aquarius. Oh, thank you. I caught myself. I'm like, that's not right, because I immediately was picturing the Fool. And this is Secondary Major Arcana 4, Gemini, again, and Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo or none of those signs, okay? So this is alchemy, the master of alchemy, the Magician, right? Able to create whatever he so desires. I'm only saying he because, traditionally it's shown to be a man, and this it's a monkey or some type of primate or something. But anyway, so this ability to create, to plot a course forward. And remember, that's what I feel Leo was going towards anyway, is I need to create something new in my life. I want to make sure that my instincts are correct. I'm going to travel down this path, even though I might not be 100% secure in it. I might be, kind of rolling the dice a little bit and taking chances, but I feel compelled to progress myself forward, whether that be in my personal life, my career, financial decisions I might make. Where am I living in 2020? Do I want to continue to live here, or do I want to move into a different state, to a different country, whatever? That is supported by the Magician, because he creates what he desires. He envisions something. He gets his little spell book out. He gets out his elements of the wands and the pentacles, the cups and the swords, and he alchemically creates what he wants. AKA, in the 3D world, I take a job opportunity that's offered to me in a totally different industry where I think I will be more satisfied, or I think I'm going to be able to showcase my skills or enhance my personal skills more than anything I've done before. That's how alchemical procedures work in the 3D world. Back in the day, maybe it was more, aligned to shamanism or actual, medicine man, medicine woman type practices. Get some berries together, get these twigs over here, get me some fine crushed powder of this, and, eye of newt. And maybe that was what it was, eons ago. But now in this day and age, it's going on Indeed, looking at a job in a different industry and going, I'm going to apply for that job. Because I think that's what I want, and I think that's what Now, in terms of the relationship, that's still in the background. Everything I just said, by the way, is the undercurrent or the foundation of Leo's motivation. I want to create something for myself, whatever that may be, that is more aligned to what I think will make me happy, will give me success, will ground me, will enrich my life, will grow, will give me spiritual growth, will give me, new knowledge. Maybe some of you want to go back to school, whatever it is. That all plays for Leo underneath it all. On top of it, or in concert with it, is this relationship. You're going to go this route no matter what. This person, like I said, is following you. So they also want to grow. They also want to enhance their life. They also want to learn new skills. They also want to move into a new industry. Whatever. They also want to improve on their physical health, whatever you're doing. They might not want to do it the way you're doing it. They might not have the same timetable. They might not have the same resources or the same approach, but they want something more as well. You come together, you combine your forces, you combine, in some cases, your resources, you combine your skills, your knowledge, your whatever, and you enhance each other. That's that complementary element that I was talking about briefly before, or at least the concept of complementing each other. You know, if you're really good at public speaking in terms of business, and this person is really good at like schmoozing, you know, the social aspect of making business deals, perfect. You give the pitch, you present the PowerPoint, you go up there, tell them all the technicalities of the thing, and then you let the Page of Cups step in and take everybody out to lunch. That is a magical business arrangement, right? In romantic relationships, it's a lot more insular, right? So I'm good at the cooking, you're good at the cleaning. Let's go ahead and make a wonderful stroganoff for dinner, okay? Or whatever. Let's have let's have an extravagant lasagna. I don't care. You know, if one of you is like a really great cook and the other person can't cook but can Mr. Clean the hell out of a kitchen, boom, great. That makes sense. Or at least I hope that makes sense. Now, the magician in this day and age, in this modern 3D world, that's how these things manifest. You're good at the speaking, I'm good at the I'm good at the schmoozing side, I'm good at the social side of the business. Boom, we're a perfect pair. You know, I make the lasagna, you clean up the dishes. Look at us, domestic bliss. That's how these things come together. Yeah. Neighbors, what are they doing? They have been hammering all day, and it's like 8 o'clock at night. Why? Moving on. Your outcome, Leo, is the 5 of Cups, right? Yeah, 5 of Cups in reverse. Show you this upright so you can get a better look at it. Good news, my friend. That being in reverse, this feels like whatever regret you or the other person has, or both of you have, reluctance also, whatever hidden feelings. I feel this 5 of Cups in some senses is hidden feelings. That's released. All of that. Doesn't erase it forever, for God's sakes. Don't get excited. You'll never suffer again. You're never going to feel regret again. Don't be silly. But for the time being, this is a releasing. Like they keep showing me like these cups, all the cups, all 5 poured out. Because I feel that what has persisted previous in your life or their life or both of your lives certainly contains some sourness to it. Like if you had something sitting in a cup, let's say you had milk in a cup, how long is that going to last sitting out on the counter? Not even a whole day, right? Or even like a soda. Sodas go flat. It's like whatever has existed previously that existed in your cups, it's soured now. Working where you worked, not that you had a bad experience, it's just there's no use for it anymore. It's sour, it's spoiled. Whatever they were dealing with before, I don't really know. I'm not really getting that. Okay, now they're going to give me something. Emotional dissatisfaction on the case of the Page of Cups. Depression on the case of the Page of Cups. Some type of harm on part of some of the Page of Cups, some type of harm that they endured, that they went through, either an emotional loss or harm like, in some cases like physical harm, okay? But that's done. Like again, the cups are being poured out. So, in either of your cases, I don't know who, this talks, this 5 of Cups being poured out, they keep showing me, I wish you guys could see, it's like a GIF. It just repeats itself, this motion of the cup being poured out. But the other connotation that they're giving me is it's being expressed. It's being talked about. So, on your side or their side, there is this release of repression. Releasing what has been repressed and stuffed away, not acknowledged. So that whole harm from the past might be exposed right now in therapy, in conversations between the two of you, in conversations with someone else that has nothing to do with you, Leo, but there you go. Now you kind of know. Regardless of what it is, this release of what has been repressed is great, because it allows that path that you're currently walking on to kind of, be free of certain debris, be free of certain obstacles, right? Good job. Overall, overall energy is 7 of Cups. So that's kind of interesting. This is slightly a curveball, because the 7 of Cups traditionally talks about options and confusion, or opportunities but not being, well, I guess that fits, because I did kind of mention that in the beginning with Page of Swords. There might be opportunities in front of you, but you're not really sure which one to take. So it could be that. It could be you are not necessarily certain that this Page of Cups is the right person to be in business with, to be in a relationship with, to trust, to kind of welcome into your life, or welcome onto your path, or alongside you. There might be some apprehension there, and I did mention that. But as an overall energy, I think for you, Leo, I think it's to recall or stay reminded of the fact that nothing comes easy. As much as I'm sitting here reading these things and I'm trying my best to kind of explain it to you, it doesn't mean that every single day that you wake up and you're going to be on this path, you're going to be on this trajectory that moves you forward. It's not to say that you're not ever going to have a flat tire. It's not to say that you're never going to have to make a pit stop. It's not ever to say that, along this journey, you're not going to encounter a detour or construction, or God forbid, you have to pull over because of inclement weather. Something like that. The obstacles, the confusion, the second guessing of yourself will come around again and again and again with certain frequencies and intensities. It's going to vary for everybody. So as much as you are unsure at the start, be prepared that as you travel this road, you will still be unsure about certain things. My advice, or at least even with the 7 of Cups, I feel the advice is still to always listen to your gut, listen to your instincts, listen to your intuition. Don't get bogged down because the tire went flat. Call AAA, get a replacement tire. If you can't do that, call the rental car company. Get somebody out there. Call an Uber, call a friend. There are ways that you can get out of those predicaments, or ways to see yourself sidestep these problems and not be mired by them, not be bogged down by them, not be defeated by them. Okay? Leo, oh boy, the longest one, I'm sorry. You have for the longest reading. Anyway, Leo, that is your reading for mid-November. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Hit that for me. You can leave comments down below letting me know how this resonated in your life. I love to read comments. They're one of the best things about doing this job. And of course, you can share the video across your social media platform. Let other people know that you like my stuff and you like what I have to offer here. And if you are not subscribed, Leo, why not? Come on. Let's be friends. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like what I'm doing here. If you want to continue to see my content, make sure you hit the notification bell. And that way you are kept up to date on all the uploads that I do on the channel. Leo, I'll be back in about 2 weeks to do the December readings, and then I'll do the mids, and then I'll do the no communication readings. I'm going to bring those back. I don't think I think I did. Mention that I will go live on the channel on the 25th of November. That's in celebration of Thanksgiving, just to give back to you guys, to show my appreciation for everything that you guys have given to me, and all the support that you guys have shown me. So if you're available to meet me, perfect. Come on in. I'll answer your question if I can, okay? And anything other than that? No. So that's it. Leo, I thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.